Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Now I'm gonna review Dark Fina Warrior's Prayer. Let's start from her passive. Her global version gets lots of improvement. On Japan, she is not a good mage, but on global, she gets 500 times damage modifier boost for her Stonga and Darka. Combined with quad cast, she can deal a nice amount of damage modifier per turn. Too bad she only has 100% true double hand magic and 200% magic, so you need to gear her quite a lot in those stats. Luckily again, she has nice 4 killers, okay, 150%, 100% chain modifier cap, and 1000 static magic boost. As a support, she has 8 limit burst crystal regen per turn, so you only need 4 more to have maximum limit burst regen. And the most important passive is when you evoke Asura, you will get field that boosts your dark damage by 30%. This is one of the reasons why you get her, okay, to maximize dark damage for your party. At the start of battle, your party also gets 200% limit burst damage and 250% all stats buff. Useful if you want to do a quick kill, but probably won't be that useful, especially on X+2, because on X+2 you get full limit burst at the start of battle, so you can use superior buff on the first turn. Enough about passive, now let's talk about abilities. Let's start with her damage dealing capabilities. Like mentioned before, she gets 500 times damage modifier to Stonga and Darka. With quad cast, you deal 2200 times damage per turn, which is pretty strong. However, Chaos Wave Awaken is kinda outdated. From what I can remember, the strongest Chaos Wave Awaken chainer before her is Igni. Now it's all about Bolting Strike. She can also chain with Bolting Strike. Too bad Dark Ra and Stone Ra don't get any damage modifier boost, so they will deal crappy damage in comparison with Dark Ga and Stone Ga. She has flexible Bolting Strike chain, but it is more of an MP recovery tool than damage dealing skill. That's all about DPS thing. Let's see on what she is really about as a support. She can give 150% human and fairy killer to all allies. But again, this is nothing special, especially on the global version. The damage modifier boost is kinda irrelevant. And for self-limit burst field, it's not that useful on X+2 version, since you have full limit burst at the start of battle, and you won't need to use your limit burst 2 rows straight unless the enemy dispel your buff. She is able to give 100% fire, wind, earth, and dark resistance to all allies, which is useful for dark vision or any situation where you need it. On X+3, she gets AoE 250% demon killer, which only lasts for 1 turn. 160%, which lasts for 4 turns. This is great to max your damage against demon. However, I find this skill is simply too expensive. X+3? Only for this? Good luck. Since, yes, it's already super well territory, I prefer to use Paladin Sylvie, Poach Demon, okay, and Mastermind Sun to spread the effect to all your characters, okay, since Poach Demon only affects single character. She is also able to imbue and increase dark damage by 35%. So what's great about her? The answer is SLB. Her SLB is the first in the game that has maximum stats buff and 300% limit burst damage. Her rival, Riberta and Ignitos, has 300% limit burst damage but only 350% stats. Paladin Sylvie has 400% all stats buff but only 250% limit burst damage. And let's not forget the highest AoE dark damage buff in the game, which is 45%. Before her, it's only like 30% for AoE. Combined with dark field damage, you will improve dark damage a lot. She also has the best whip in peril, but it is the least used weapon in the game right now, so I don't think it's that important. Another downside is, like mentioned, it is SLB, so you need to wait 5 turns if yours is still at X+1. Luckily, her normal limit burst is quite decent. It gives you the same 45% dark damage boost, but 50% less stats and limit burst damage. That's all about her abilities. Now let's talk about alternatives and partner. Like you have seen, she is great, but most things she offers can be duplicated. For stats buff and demon killers, you can rely on Paladin Sylvie and Mastermind Son combo. You can also use Paladin Sylvie and Riberta Ignitos at the same time because, yes, they are not the same role, okay? Riberta Ignitos gonna chain really good and Paladin Sylvie can support your party really well. If you don't if you don't like the duplicating process, okay, simply combine that. But for Demon Killer, you definitely need Mastermind Son. Best partner for her is, of course, strong dark DPS like legendary hero Sephiroth, Dark Rain, Rain Warrior Sprayer version, okay? And yeah, talking about Dark Rain and legendary hero Sephiroth, I don't think they need that dark damage buff because they already have self dark damage boost 50%, so better, okay? And let's not forget Axtara the Return, who has the best dark in peril, 145%, okay? Igni is also nice if you want to use her as DPS for quad cast Chaos Wave Awaken. Okay, like you can see before, she is powerful, okay? Don't underestimate. She is not the same unit like the Japan. But too bad, Igni is, I can say, a lot weaker than her in non-Class of Will content, okay? On Class of Will content, I can say that if you haven't maxed your morale, they are about the same, okay? Above 100% morale. So my conclusion for Dark Fina Warrior Sprayer, she is great buffer in the Japan version of the game. I can totally understand why she has very high score on Ultima, but on the global version, there are simply better value buffers like Paladin Sylvie. However, she is still the key component on maximizing your party's dark damage. So I really cannot say anything bad if that's your thing. She can also become good damage dealer for earth and dark elements. Her offensive passive may not be that great, but since she doesn't need things like limit burst damage boost, you have plenty of slots for her. Her Trust Mastery Word is good, but I don't find any need to obtain it because it can only be equipped by support, and I don't think you need that much health boost for supports unless they are also tanks. CSTMR is a niche weapon, but yeah, it will be good for herself if you use her as a Dark or Earth Chaos Wave chainer. It also gives 200% true double hand, something that she lacks. For her vision card, it is premium, but I don't think it is worth the price, okay? You get an ability to feel limit burst gauge to one ally. I assume it is full limit burst. It's great, okay? But I think it's kind of expensive. This card, I agree, it is kind of OP for X+1 card, but again, it is too expensive on X+3. I simply wish they would create a semi-premium card where we get the card on X+2. The feel limit burst gonna be useful for characters who need to stack limit burst damage, for example, Will. Sure, on X+2, he has full limit burst at the start of battle, but with this, you can stack your limit burst faster. First turn, use your full limit burst from your passive, on the second turn you can immediately use your pressure limit burst again. So in the end, I give her like 10 out of 10 for you who want to maximize dark damage. But for, let's say, general buffer, she's only like 9. If you count her ability to deal damage, then maybe 9.5 out of 10, okay? So yep, I think that's all you need to know about Dark Fina Water Sprayer. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy for FFBE guide. Bye bye guys!